Hi everyone and welcome back to the Ozone, and we're back at YouTube. Yesterday actually we were on Twitch, which was pretty good as well, and thanks for joining us always on the Ozone. And I hope you're having an amazing Friday so far, and yeah, very well timing of Spotify to running an ad in my ear at the time of our beginning. But nonetheless, today it's another good day. We're gonna be looking into some news on Lords of the Fallen. I think about like 5 hours ago or something, they had like a, what is it called, like Q&A session on Reddit. So we'll take a look a little bit on that to see what is moving on Lords of the Fallen. Of course, as well, today technically was the pre-release or early access for Liza P. I wish, to be fair, that Xbox Game Pass had like the same thing they did with Starfield, where you could essentially just upgrade the game for like 15 euros extra, US dollars extra, and we could have played it. But I guess we just have to wait till like Monday evening, I believe, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, something like that. Probably gonna be, hopefully it will be like Monday evening, so I can play it on stream, and we're gonna do that. In addition to that, of course, since we are, after all, waiting on Lords of the Fallen, we might as well enjoy our time with some other variety games while we're at it. And yeah, so as always, appreciate you tuning in and supporting the Ozone. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out the new video that we just did as well on co-op features in Lords of the Fallen. Looks very interesting as well. Botrix. What's a bot? What kind of bot is this? Thanks for joining the channel. Is it my bot? What kind of bot is this? Wait. Now I'm a bit confused. Oh, it's my, oh, okay, it's like, Stream, is that like Stream Elements bot or something? I don't know, either way. We are fine, should be good to go anyways. I think we're gonna have a bit of a music in the background while taking a look on these news that are here. So anyways, as always, about 5 hours ago, I believe, we had some updates from Hexworks, the team behind Lords of the Fallen. They're like answering all your burning questions, in the Reddit thread here. So I figured we take a look at that, see, what are some of the insights that we can get out of it. Stay on top of like things that are moving. Clearly I've been a little bit behind on some of the information, so I gotta step up my game apparently. But we'll take a look today. After that, we'll check out some gameplay. We'll play some games as well. So yeah, let's take a look and see what they're saying here. In light we walk. I love when they kind of did like a video on that and they said, in light we walk. It's a nice kind of it's a nice quote, to use. I'll make sure to utilize that somehow in my streams or in my content now moving forward. Because I think it's one of the first time I actually heard that, which is interesting. Let me see, you got a new comment here as well. Alright. So let's see what we have here from... so about 5 hours ago, of course, we had the answering all your burning questions, so we'll take a look at that. See if there is any good insights that we can take with us. As many as possible in the last 2 hours. Everything up. We will do a roundup post next week with important question answered today, plus questions and answers that we may have missed here. Thank you all for coming and taking part. Well, that's good to know, though. Alright. Let's see. So this one was 53 minutes ago. Where do we have the actual... Alright. Must be some sort of easier way to check the actual answers here. 201 comments. First of all, some interesting questions coming in here. Let's see. Alright, here we go. No questions, just wanted to say no questions, okay. Excited for the game. I think we can agree on that first and foremost. October what? It's October 1. Maybe we get a sneak peek. I think it's just an error. All right. Could you talk more about your design choices, philosophy, and also your inspirations? As it stands, it looks like your team has made something truly spectacular. Oh, and also, what are your personal thoughts on Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne? A decade later, and I still cannot stop thinking about those worlds. It's a good question. When I work on art direction, I like to base myself on strong pillars that have balance for each design. In Lords of the Fallen, I had a thematic magic triangle of 3 main pillars: darkness, torment, and fantasy. I love that. I think that's cool. That was my compass for setting a direction to our team and pushing further on our designs and concept arts. I'm a strong believer in personal references and inspirations coming from my childhood and piece of art that I love. The Berserk manga series artists like Geiger or Beksinski, but also a bunch of horror movies that I devour constantly. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, I think they kind of nailed it on the head here with darkness, torment, and fantasy. So, seems pretty spot on. Let me see what else we have. Alright, here's another one. Will there be any way to track stats, like how many enemies we have defeated in the world? Will weapons have any special moves, like maybe a ground slam for big AoE, etc., similar to Ashes of War from Elden Ring? At launch, we will not have a public-facing tracker for deaths and enemies. We might expand on that in the future, but too early to speak of this. I mean, like, I think it's fine. It's not really like a huge important stat to have. I mean, like, it's more like a nice to have than must have. There's definitely more features in the game that is more important. So, you know, definitely, you know, wouldn't be my top thing to prioritize. There are a considerable number of special weapons belonging to important characters, for instance, that have their unique quirks and abilities that are hidden. For the big attacks, each weapon category has a multi-hit attack that is quite devastating and very cool to look at that. The rule of thumb is that the big magical AoE attacks are actually spells that the players can seamlessly weave in between the regular bread and butter melee attacks, thanks to our dynamic spell casting mechanics. I think that makes a lot of sense though, what they're talking about here, because I mean, like, obviously they kind of didn't branch out too much in terms of magic abilities. Obviously there's 3 categories, but nonetheless though, I think it just makes sense that, you know, let weapons be weapons and spells be spells when we're actually going with, like, you know, the both combination of melee and spells. Alright, here we got another one. I'm really enjoying the world and lore so far, and I'm excited to dig into it. What were some of your fantasy inspiration for writing it? We don't have our narrative designer here, but I can give you some inspiration hints of the art direction. I'm a massive fan of the mangas Berserk and Claymore, but there are also some spices of Bestiarius and Blame. I'm still a big reader of Stephen King and Clive Barker, so it may have influenced a part of the horror flavor we gave to the game aesthetics. And that's pretty cool. A lot of questions here from Hex the Hardcore Casual. Is there a feature in the game similar to Elden Ring's guard counter? This is where you may press strong attack directly after a successful block to counter back with an attack. I felt this simple addition offered much more interesting play with basic blocking. I'd like to see this feature expanded for shield play. It's a good add-on there for sure. I really enjoyed that counter play for in Elden Ring. In an interview, you mentioned underestimating the task of creating soul-style combat. What were some of the challenges you faced as a development team to make the combat? Please go into details as I have a great interest in combat design. A classic mantra about Souls and Souls-like games is hard but fair. Sometimes players believe a boss or an attack is unfair. Can you talk about what makes a boss or attack fair or unfair? How does this inform your enemy combat design? Some really good question on this guy. In Elden Ring, there are many varied consumables in the game. Unfortunately, the vast majority are overshadowed by powerful weapons, spells, refillable flasks, frequent checkpoints, and other aspects of the game. Can you talk about Lord of the Fallen's similar systems? Do you have a wide variety of consumables? How effective are they? What's the governing systems and of how you acquire them and manage their use? It seems systems like this are caught between a sense of I want to resource manage and strategically choose and use these utility items, and I'm afraid I'll run out, so either I don't use them or why have them in the first place if they really aren't needed. It's a really good question. I remember my inventory on Elden Ring was like packed with a lot of details, and I'm just like, no, I can't use it because like I have to save it. You know, so I never used practically any of it unless like I really struggled with like a boss and I had to look up something and I was like, okay, what's the best way to deal with it? But in tier, like I literally never use it. Even the what is it called, like the like after you beat the boss you get like the kind of like the power of the boss, you know, which you can store as well, and you can kind of utilize it to kind of boost your abilities. Often used like in boss. I had like, when I ended the first run, I had like probably like 40 or 50, but I remember I used like probably like 10-15 of them like towards the end of the game, just because like those were some of the bosses that I was struggling with. But in theory, like I still had, after utilizing those for the boss, I still had like, I think like close to like 30 left after anyways, so I barely used any of it. And then like the last question, what's the most awful, wretched, vile, gnarly, craziest enemy that's in the game? Tell us about it, but don't spoil it. Well, maybe you can spoil it a little. Alright. So a lot of stuff here. Okay, so is there a feature in the game similar to Elden Ring's guard counter? We have our own take on shield play, and based on what you describe, I think you're going to like it. Our parries are timing based, blocking at the right moment damages the enemy's posture. Do this enough times and you'll stun them, setting them up for grievous attacks. In addition, if you miss your parry but keep the block button pressed, you'll still stop the attack. However, your health will start to wither. You won't lose it immediately, but to recover it, you'll need to damage your enemy. Get hit and you'll lose it all at once. We designed this system to make shield play more viable and conducive to offensive strategies. So actually that's kind of similar to what they're doing in Lies of P though, to be fair. It's a very similar approach in a sense. Probably it seems like it works a bit different in terms of the grievous attacks, but it's definitely working on enemies' posture as well. So kind of similar style there. What were some of the challenges you faced as a development team to make the combat? Combat is one of the most, if not the most important aspect of our gameplay. It's all about positioning and timing, so it does not only affect the player through controls, animation, length, interrupt times, invisibility frames, etc., but also the enemies, the wind-ups of their attacks, their delivers, their recoveries, their hit reactions. Imagine it like a very complex Sudoku in which all pieces need to work together in order to deliver an immersive and challenging combat experience, yet fair. Based on our playtest, seems we achieved the sweet spot and we can't wait for you to try it out on the 13th. And like, it's pretty much an answer you would expect them to give, to be fair. Alright. Can you talk about What makes a boss or attack fair or unfair? How does this inform your enemy combat design? Understanding why you, the player, made a mistake is what differentiates feeling an attack was fair or unfair. If the wind-up timing enemy charging attack is clear enough and the delivery of that attack at the right speed, then the player understands if it's better to parry, block, dodge, or even roll out to a safe distance. If we always inform the player fairly, even defeat feels correct. This is our mantra. I think that makes a lot of sense though, because it technically says it's better to parry, block, dodge, or even roll out to safe distance. I mean, like, I think it also depends on your play style, right? And in these kind of games, you should be able, especially when you have different kind of classes, right, to be able to play it the way that you want. And I think that's gonna be really key for sure. Then we have, do you have a wide variety of consumables? How effective are they? What's the governing systems of how you acquire them and manage their use? We have indeed a wide variety of consumables. Some are used for defensive plays such as healing, protection wards, and cures. Some are for offensive strategies like weapon and damage buffs, and some are for very unique cases. No spoilers are allowed. Each type has its place, and although you can choose to ignore them, using them gives you a significant advantage. Personally, I always find myself equipping 3 to 4 relevant consumables in the quick axis bar for a specific level, area, or boss. These items can be acquired either through world loot or from vendors. I mean, even if they say they have a wide variety though, I mean, it's kind of vague, but I think each, yeah, it's like they probably learned. I hope they learn from Elden Ring in that regard. I mean, like, obviously Elden Ring has like tons of stuff, right? And I'm sure there's a use for everything in a certain way, but it's also like, it felt like kind of, oh, like, I have to craft things, I have to do this, I have to, like, it was a lot of work, I feel like, to kind of start crafting. The only thing you kind of emphasize was like, okay, upgrading your weapon, making sure you have the, you know, the right kind of stats for the build you're doing. Like, is it fate, is it dex, you know, is it strength, you know, what is your, is it intelligence? So I think that's, at the end of the day, would be a lot of the key focus here too. But I think you're right though, you have like 3 to 4 relevant consumables. Also here, I haven't heard anything in terms of like having kind of like a mimic or like support character that kind of help you. So I mean, like, it might be they're not revealing that, but that also kind of utilizes the importance of having different kind of consumables to help you if you don't have kind of that kind of ability. Hei. No. Takk for at du stikker innom. Yeah, so what I was talking about. We also have question here. What's the most awful, wretched, vile, gnarly, craziest enemy that's in the game? The Congregator. Let me see, here's the next question. The Congregator of Flesh is likely the most infamous among our vile adversaries. However, is that like a spoiler thing? However, holds a special place as my personal favorite. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at that. I don't want to get spoiled. If you want to check it out yourself, you know, go to the link of the Reddit, you know, Reddit Lords of the Fallen, and you can check for yourself. But I don't want to get spoiled on this. All right, we have another one here. It's a long question. Hello, very excited for the game. I'm interested in spells that summon entities, such as the Hellhounds, the Circle of Target while spewing fire. I'm guessing there are more spells similar to that one, but do they all have relatively short durations as well, or are there some that stay in the battle to assist for a while longer? Mind you, I'm not asking for summons that solo bosses. I just like the Necromancer Death Knight archetypes and always gravitate towards places where you can call forth minions. It's a good question, and like I agree too. Like me personally, I can't wait to have the Hellhounds. Alright, that's one of the first thing that made me like, oh, I want to go like the fire magic guy, because having those Hellhounds like spew fire on your enemy is gonna be so cool. Very excited about that. Alright, let's see what it says. Yes, you are correct. We have spells that manifest entities attacking independent from the player. They are short-lived indeed. Okay. We have a number of spells that strengthen the fantasy of the Necromancer Death Knight, as it was one of our prioritized fantasies given the Umbral paradigm. That makes a lot of sense. That being said, we currently do not have spells that allow the player to summon minions that will follow and remain at the player's side for a long period of time. The only summonable allies are NPCs or other players, of course. Okay. So this is important insights, nonetheless. So it will be definitely a lot of different kind of spells, manifest entities attacking. I like that. Obviously, it depends, you know, where they are, but at least we know the Hellhounds, which is pretty cool. Umbral paradigm. That makes sense. Will there be a demo for the game? I pre-purchased. I hope it's a demo. It's not. That's fair though. I kinda get it. We've seen a lot of comments requesting a demo, and we really appreciate your anticipation to play our game. However, developing a demo would require diverting resources from the main game for a long period. Our entire team is committed to ensure a smooth and polished launch across all platforms: Steam, Epic, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Steam Deck. I mean, like, I think at the end of the day, that's their decision. Would be nice, of course, to try like similar as Lies of P, but Lies of P also did it kind of differently, where, you know, essentially you started the game, you had about 2 hours, you only reached a certain level in the story. You couldn't kind of like essentially go a bit more freely, which it seems like you can do in this kind of game. And hence, I think they rather, you know, spend their resources and time to just ensuring they have the best possible system at launch. And especially in terms of like their co-op feature, right? Where they talked about that, how important that was to be smooth and efficiently. And, you know, that's something that Lies of P doesn't. So, I respect that decision. Alright, next one from Kane Yellow. I've been wondering, what were your primary inspiration for the visual design of the game? If you did have any notable inspiration, did you include any references within the game itself? That's a pretty cool one. We had multiple inspirations coming all along the project, until the point where the universe of the game itself becomes our only reference, right? With its own codes and art mechanics. But for the initial spark, I'm a strong believer in digging in personal references. To find the right inspiration, design in mangas, again back with the mangas, I love the most like Berserk, Claymore, or Blame, but also Grandmaster like Vexinski or Giger. The performer Oliver the Saga-san has been one of our pivot points to create the realms of Umbral and slowly built the Garden of Dead. That's cool. I mean, like, I have no idea on the manga world, so, you know, I don't really, you know, can relate to it, but, you know, the world looks amazing. I'm very excited about it, and I think it's gonna be look great for sure. All right, Dancer of the Elden Ring. Will our characters meet the Dark Crusader who is on the cover art? Will there be love interest? What is the limit on different character saves? Bruh, after Baldur's Gate, everyone is like, can I have sex in the game? It's like the most requested question at this point. I don't know, like, I don't really see... Yeah, I don't really see kind of love stories branching out in this kind of game. Would be funny though, but yeah, I wouldn't think that's like a priority. Okay, so what is the limit on different character saves? Each platform has its own limitations on number of saves, but to reassure you, yes, you can create several characters and test as much builds as you want. Which makes sense. I mean, like, I think, you know, with the, what is it, like 11, 12 different classes you have, there's multiple saves that has to be done for sure. And like I said, me personally, I'm gonna do like a solo round the first one, co-op on the next one probably, you know, try different characters out. Will there be low interest? We don't have any romance system, but some of our NPCs are very likable. Will our character meet the Dark Crusader who is on the cover art? Aha, we are entering the spoiler territory here. I can't really answer, but let's say we have been promoting Isaac for a reason. Yeah, you're not gonna be, I mean, like, obviously you're gonna be able to obtain him later, right? As a playable character too, if you don't pre-order the deluxe. Also, how is that gonna be if you're actually playing as, you know, the Dark Crusader right away, and you'd be like, hey, it's like that Spider-Man meme, like, hey, it's me, looking at each other, pretty funny. You can play as the Dark Crusader on the cover art by purchasing the deluxe edition. Yeah. Releasing on Friday the 13th, pretty badass, gentlemen. Thanks, we are badass indeed, huh? I mean, passionate creators of the video game industry. I love when video game creators are being, when they're being kind of, you know, a bit more casual about it. It's funny. Show some passion. Alright, this is a good one. Can I get a katana in the game? I love the wandering Ronin type aesthetic. Hi. No, we don't have any katanas weaponry in game, but a large scale of short, long, giant swords. That said, we do have exotic blades that can fulfill your fantasy. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it has to kind of fit the world too and the thematics, and there's not really a character class that is the whole kind of aspect of that has like the whole aspect of like the ninja, you know, ninja kind of style, right? So I think it makes sense. What else do we have here? Here we go, another one. This is I think it's good they're being, you know, kind of proactive here and say like, you know, hoping to get a reply to this since the main question I have before deciding to whether or not buy the game, and they'd be like, say less, we gonna answer. Can you give more info on how archery in this game works? It is a marginal playstyle, only supported playstyle like other Soulslike, or did you put more beef into it, making it a viable all-around build? Please share more on this mechanic. Hello there. In Lords of the Fallen, we wanted to fully embrace the ranged weapons options, bows, crossbows, and magic, so we made it easily accessible and very valuable in-game. You can really push it and make a main build out of it, even though the game requires some plurality to be more efficient. That said, I must confess that myself, I play very often an ultra bow oriented build with a lot of different affliction arrows. It's just super fun to play with. Alright. For those of you that are, you know, excited about some archery, you know, you have the opportunity. Not my style though, although of course they mentioned the importance of both long range and close range during fights and bosses. And I mean, like, for me personally, you know, it's the magic that comes into play in my head there, at least. What are your favorite classes to play as in Lords of the Fallen? See what they say here. I think we played and tested our game so much that we basically love all our classes now. I mean, like, it would be weird to say, yeah, no, I mean, like, we don't really like that guy. So I mean, like they obviously have to make people kind of feel the way where they want to try almost everything, right? So basically I love all our classes, but I have to speak for myself. I'm very keen on the Black Feather Ranger. He has a very efficient range option with his bow and poison arrows, can still chop heads off when the danger comes too close. And I mean, who wouldn't love cape and feathers? It's a fair answer. I love that they're kind of also giving an answer. Hopefully the others will answer, but with the younger werewolf, for myself, nothing beats wielding a giant sword. Got like the classic giant sword guy. Again, not like a demo thing. It's fine. Partnership with Lurkid. We're planning on getting back to everyone who applied ASAP. Oh, okay, so that's like the partnership program, I believe. I was gonna apply for it because I mean, like my videos on Lords of the Fallen has been kind of popping off, which is like I said, forever grateful for that, and it's been a lot of fun making the content too. So excited about it. But they had like some minimum requirements, and we're a pretty new channel, so we didn't reach like all the minimum stuff. But step by step, day by day, who knows what happens by October 13th and beyond. Still a short month left. That's a wholesome message though, not gonna lie. Restock of the GameStop Collector's Edition. Bro is getting big. Going big this time. Seems I missed it out while in the hospital for the birth of my son. Yes, my first Lambert will be named after him. Love that. Regards, looking forward to explore this crazy world. First of all, congratulations, another future Lambert, we hope. Unfortunately, all stock for the collection is sold out, but we hope to see you in more set on October 13th. Yeah, rough. From a technical angle, do you have a game size for us and some specs? Will there be a preload for all platforms? The game has a file size of approximately 35 gigabytes. For detailed system requirements, please refer to our store page. So here's the thing, though. Like, it's very. I'm very surprised of how small the sizes of the games are for, Souls-like games. When I started kind of like diving into that world, I was like, they're so small in comparison, to like other games. Like, look at Starfield, it's like 140 gigabytes or something like that. Holy, like it's a different level. So it makes it also like very easy for people to have. Like even Liza P as well is about 35, I think. So I mean, like obviously it depends on the length of the game and all this, but I think this game has a lot of replayability, right, with the different kind of classes. So I think this is pretty cool. Take a look as well on the different kind of requirements that it says here. Here we go. It technically says 45 though. AMD Ryzen 5, say less. I have that. The graphics card is a bit 8 GB VRAM is fine. RTX 2080 might be 1080p high quality settings. Probably won't be able to run high though. Probably medium, but that's fine. 45 gigabytes. I mean, like it's probably just to be safe, in their estimates. But we will get like some updated, probably like 2-3 weeks before, maybe like 2 weeks before. Probably like in the beginning of October, I guess. We'll release plenty of information closer to launch. Yeah, obviously. Alright, this is interesting too. Thanks for taking the time for the AMA. In your tests, about how long has it taken your guys to beat the game? What part of this IP drew you in and made you decide to create a soft reboot instead of making a new property? It's a good question. The completion time for the game is largely dependent on the player's skill level. Based on our playtest with experienced Souls-like gamers, we estimate that it takes between 35 to 40 hours to finish the game. Yeah, but I mean, like, at least that's pretty standard though for you know, story-driven game. But I think it has like a lot of possibilities in terms of exploring the area, right? It has certainly some areas where like, oh, you can go left, you can go right, you can go in the middle, you know, like, and then you have obviously the Umbral side of things. So there's definitely a way, I think, to spend multiple hours, extra hours in this game. And you know, every pretty much Souls-like game I spend, like minimum 50 plus hours, you know. So, and then don't let me don't get me talking about Elden Ring. My first playthrough, like 200 hours. Which was absolutely nuts. But I wanted to like go everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I was like, I'm gonna check it all. Pretty much gonna do the same here though. But if it's gonna take that long, I don't know. We'll see. Depends how good the game is too. Didn't really answer the second question, which is fine. It's their choice. What exactly inspired you all to make the creature designs in the game? Some of these look to be things straight off someone's nightmares, especially those creatures in Umbral. I think it would be interesting if you guys went into someone's dream journal and be like, yep, this is good. Hello, hello, actually you were right on point. We wanted to create a tormented world full of traumatized fantasy characters, and then imagine the nightmares of those poor folks for Umbral. I'm a strong believer of using personal experience and inspiration to craft designs, and my manga's influence and horror movies are never far away. That's pretty cool. I like that. Maybe we even get like some jump scares. Will the deluxe edition be available after the game is released, or is it just a pre-order bonus? I'd love to get the model viewer. You will still be able to purchase the deluxe edition after the 13th of October. Cool. Alright, another kind of long question here. How in-depth is character customization? Can armor be customized, and if yes, how so? That's a good one. Can items, weapons, armor, materials be dropped to invader cooperators? How many build varieties would you say there are? Will PvP get more support and updates if received well? I love the player limit to be increased in the future, as well as PvP dedicated patches if possible. As someone who has played and beaten every Souls game multiple times, what can I expect in terms of difficulty from PvE and bosses? I mean, that's kind of like hard to answer though, to be fair, because every person have like a different experience of it. Alright, let's start with the first one. How in-depth is character customization? In Lord of the Fallen, you can create your own avatar and go through in-depth customization, including haircuts, tattoos, scars, etc. You can also shape your body silhouette. In addition to the choice of your different armor pieces, we have a system of things that permit you to color the metal, cloth, and leather parts of your armor pieces. Okay, so that was like the pre-order thing as well, to have it like in bronze, gold, and silver. Bronze, silver, and gold. Then we have like an extra on the tattoo side of things. Amazing. Tattoos are in covering portions of our character's body or one tattoo on a single area. You have actually several options. On the face, you can add tattoo scars on different assigned sections of the head. On the body, you can add tattoos and scars on the chest, back, right, left arm, and right, left leg. Lots of options to have fun with. Cool. He didn't really answer some of the other questions here. Maybe I'm like just have to like go more in depth on the answer here. Looks like that's it, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go with a few ones. Are you guys and other devs going to be playing Lords of the Fallen when it comes out? And if so, can we, a few lucky people, be expected to possibly be invaded by the devs? That's pretty cool. What builds are you planning on playing as well? Playing as? Definitely expect us to be around at launch, but helping in co-op and being mean and invading some players out there. That's funny. What builds are you planning on playing as? In my current playthrough, I'm using an agility-based combat mage, dual-wielding two short swords, one with bleed, the other with umbral magic. Equipped with a Radiant Catalyst with spells to buff, heal, and nuker. That's pretty cool. There'll be a Lightning Storm spell for Radiance, like calling down a bunch of lightning strikes. Indeed, that is the nuker I'm currently using. Bruh. Oh, it's gonna be some really cool combinations here for sure. I'm excited about this. Makes me very excited. A lot of questions here. Made it fast. Alright. Also some FPS stuff. Are there any other online systems other than co-op, PvP, and revenges? Something that you miss out on while playing offline, like player messages? Speaking of revengeism, is it a PvE Covenant where you hunt down enemies that killed other players, or does it extend to PvP too? Have you playtested the game on medium and lower end hardware, and if yes, did it run stable enough? Personally, my PC passes all recommended requirements except for GPU, which is still decently stronger than the minimum. I got the 1660 Super. Same as I, actually. I don't know if I have the factory overclock though, but I got the 1660 Super. Also, speaking of optimization, can shaders be preloaded, pre-complied to avoid mid-game stutters? Another performance-related question. I remember hearing that the game will support both FSR and DLSS at launch, but which versions of them? Yet another performance-related question. Your system requires mention the resolution and quality settings for both minimum and recommended, but what's the target frame rate? 60 FPS? Also, do the requirements take DLSS FSR into consideration? Final question, a bit random, but here goes. How do you feel about the upcoming release? I'm sure there's plenty about stress and excitement on your side, but in general, how good do you feel about it? Boy is picking their brain, that's for sure. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's see what they say. One or more system is engaging with the faction shrines. Each god has its own shrine, located somewhere in the world, and if the player is not online, they cannot interact with those. To either donate their own unique currency or purchase goodies. The revenge system is only for the PvE content. All players can engage with this mechanic regardless of the faction they pursue. We tested across a wide range of specifications to arrive to those recommended specs. Unfortunately, if your PC falls short in one category, we can't guarantee 100% stability. We preload shaders on a parallel thread for a smoother experience, so you won't see the shaders loading screen. Okay. We're targeting the latest for launch, currently DLSSR 3.1 30B and FSR 2.2. Quality and performance modes are exclusive to consoles, but which run at native 4K with dynamic resolution. On PC, you have access to a wider range of visual options, which are automatically configured based on your specific hardware and its capabilities. However, you have the option to choose epic graphic settings with uncapped FPS if you prefer. Whether or not you use DLSS FSR is completely up to you and your hardware. We can hardly contain our excitement. The team is absolutely stoked, devouring every piece of media and scouring through comments and online reactions. Yeah, I guess we have to kind of, keep an eye a little bit on what kind of specs we're able to get. But to be fair though, I mean, it's not any bigger than Liza P. It looks quite similar, and Liza P I was able to do like epic. I'm not saying like I'm going to be able to do it here, because it's a different kind of world, and I think it's much more kind of heavy on both like fire world and like all these beacons, the red beacons firing up in the sky. Much more of a kind of crazy atmosphere in the world there. It's probably gonna be struggling a bit more, but if I'm able to go medium, probably medium to high settings, I think I should be fine compared to like my other games. So I think we should be good overall. I'm excited. Let's see. Alright. How much of the story drives the gameplay experience? Is it a priority or just in the background? I only ask because in one of the gameplay trailers, I noticed visual echoes of individuals from the past that can be activated by the player. Is that how the story will be told, or are there narrative cutscenes that push the story forward into one cohesive beginning, middle, and end? How much of the story drives the gameplay experience? Is it a priority or just in the background? That's a good question, yeah. Okay, let's see what they say. Story sits at the heart of the game. All areas of the game, NPCs and everything else are churned from the storylines to create a place that feels lived in and believable despite the surreal magical calamity that looms in the horizon. As such, the narrative has been a big priority since we wanted to achieve immersion without exposition. As you rightly observed, there are echoes of the more horrific events of certain key figures in the game that can be discovered in the Umbral Weave. These are concatenated? I have no idea, never heard about that word. Sometimes leading to secrets, revelations, or other means to interact with set characters. There are narrative cutscenes for all events that happens in real time, so to speak. Events that the player bear witness present there, but not for the past events. That is what those echoes are for. They are called stigmas. There's an overarching story of a world on the brink, and the player can push it in a certain direction, but a lot of the narrative is placed on the shoulders of these doomed characters that the player can interact with, do a lot of the dramatic heavy lifting. There is not only doom and gloom, mind you. There are precious moments of tenderness, of brightness, but those are obfuscated and far between. It's a pretty solid answer to the storyline without spoiling anything. Alright, there's a lot of stuff here. People have been asking good questions. When it comes to catalysts from the same category like Rogar, what makes Rogar Catalyst A different from Rogar Catalyst B? Spell scaling, rune slots, and spell set, I imagine. Seeing that things will be a thing in the game, and will all armor pieces have the option to change colors or certain ones? Will armor rune slots be a thing to enhance build depth? I've seen only one weapon, and shields will have them accordingly to the last step journal. Is it possible to max out every stat in the game, or will there be a cap to prevent that? Since staffs exist, there will be enough of them for each magic goal. Yes and yes, you are very much correct. Yes, sir. A thing can be used to dye a specific piece of equipment or all, and of course it can be removed to the default. Only weapons and shields can be augmented with runes. The players can max out every stat, and the maximum character level is 9 or 99. If anyone plans to reach that level, we will be very glad to hear about it. There's always going to be that one guy. I probably won't be having the time to do that, but you know, we're going to be exploring a lot for sure. What staff sticks we have in the game? They fall under various staffs. Okay, yeah, so right, that makes sense. The magic sticks, staffs we have in the game, they fall under various weapon categories. The players cannot use these to cast weapons. Instead, for each magical, Rogar, Radiant, and Umbral, must use specialized items that are equipped in specific slots. There are plenty of these, each with their own scaling and quirks, but also interesting timidization. Through a few means, the player can cast spells cross-class, as in using a Radiant Catalyst to cast a Rogar spell, but these are exceptions and not the rule of thumb. Okay. Level 999 challenge accepted. Will the game support DLSS and FSR? Will there be a 60 FPS cap for PC? We already talked about. However, you have the option to use. They already answered this. Makes sense. Can we drop? No, wait. I think we started to run through. Oh, there we go. That's a cool one. From music I've seen, the music in the game sounds amazing. Will the music be released on platforms like Spotify? Really looking forward to this game. You have all done such an amazing job creating this dark fantasy world. We plan on releasing the OST on platforms in the near future. That's cool. I think we're starting to reach closer to the end here, but a few more questions for sure. Will we be able to obtain everything on one character? An unclear interview stated some items were locked entirely behind your starting class, and I'm wondering if that's true. This game obviously has secrets, but are there invisible walls? Okay, so they're going like the whole, just poking every wall that is out there, like trying to like, is there something here? Are there 100% block shields for physical, etc., or is this game balanced around you still taking some damage? There is unique equipment tied to branching storyline outcomes that the player can only obtain in one playthrough. This is not always the case with all storylines, but some of the rewards can only be obtained when engaging in a particular series of events. The endings are prime examples, since each reward with a new, uniquely thematized starting class. Huh. That's cool. The Dark Crusader starting class is also behind one of these quests, yes. We have umbral only walls that can be crossed in Axiom by raising the lanterns, but we do not have invisible walls so to speak. If there is a path, you will see it in one of the realms. That makes sense? I think that makes sense though, considering they already have like the umbral world. I mean, like, it would be kind of like 3 things to keep in mind. It's already, you know, enough with it too. When it comes to physical protection, all our shields will not have 100% block for physical impacts. That being said, there are precious few heavy shields. There are a precious few heavy shields come close to it. Okay. Will the character creation have a boob slider? Will New Game Plus include a new enemy placement and or items? Is there a specific Souls game that inspired you the most? Will there be a way to respec? Yes, there are specific rare items in the game that allow respec your RPG stats. Oh, okay, so same as they had with Elden Ring, with the larva tier, you know, that you could obtain. I never used it though. Not my cup of tea. Is there a specific Souls game that has inspired you the most? We had multiple inspirations that went way over the action RPG genre. We're all players and we tried to make a game that pleased our future players as much as ourselves. Will NGE Plus include new enemy placement and or items? Our New Game Plus introduces a fully new paradigm for players' progression and exploration. Instead of fixed vestiges where you can rest and upgrade, you will only have access to the seeds, vestiges that use consumables to be crafted. Huh. Okay, that makes sense. We'll look at it. We have an in-depth customization system, including a global silhouette shape. We don't cover this specific option. That's funny. Why do people ask like these kind of questions? Will there be a weapon upgrading and infusion system like in the Souls games? Yes, you can visit a very cool forge to upgrade your weapons, shields, and ranged weapons, and you have runes. You have a rune system that permits you to influence, customize, and enhance the powers of your weapons. Okay. Will runes be interchangeable between weapons? Yes, they are, but runes are sorted by types, and weapons have specific sockets that can take certain type of runes. There will be a bit of theory crafting there. I mean, like, I guess that kind of makes sense, though. Actually, that was kind of similar to how the runes worked in God of War. We'll be able to customize controls. At launch, keyboard and mouse players will be able to customize controls. Controller players cannot customize their buttons, but they do have a number of gameplay options to tinker with for better ergonomy. Okay. Will be side quests like NPC quests and side quests, or only main quest? 2. Do secret bosses exist? Yes, you will meet inhabitants of Morstead and follow their quests and tormented destinies. There are secrets and horrors only for the greatest explorers of the abysses. Let's go! We got secret bosses. Can't wait. Let's find them all. When the game first revealed its gameplay, the sound of the weapons making impact were criticized. Has there been any change to the sound design of the game since the gameplay trailer? Should you go into detail to what has been changed? It's a good question. When the game first revealed, we made improvements on all fronts since the release of gameplay trailer. First press previews. One of the areas we focus on is sound. We amplified the sense of weight and made impact feel more impactful. You can get a small taste of it here. Oh, I like that. We'll definitely check that out. Is there going to be a cloth equivalent to armor things? I can change the armor color of the actual metal on a set, but can I change the color of the other materials such as cloud elements of a set? In our system, each tint item affects metal as well as fabrics and leather. Each tint is applicable separately on each equipment piece of your outfit, helmet, gauntlet, chest, and legs. Okay. You mentioned staffs aren't for spellcasting, but they do help with it. Does this mean staffs are an actual weapon type? By staffs I mean magic staffs, not bonk sticks. Excited for the game and thanks. A conundrum of nomenclature. We do not have staffs as a weapon type. Weapon type like great sword, daggers, etc. We do have pole arms, however, and these are used to attacking only. They have their own unique moveset, and the players cannot cast magic with those. All staves and sticks in the game are weapon and fall in a weapon type. All magic catalysts, from hands to amulets and so on, go in the range option slot, and those cannot be used to bonk people. Just cast with pressing the range option button and entering the casting stance. That makes sense. They simplify the magic experience, but I think it's fine. Will there be any dresses, robed garments in the game? Yes, we have a good variety of outfits and robes, dresses, skirts, tabars, and pilgrim tunics. Ooh, you know, we have to do like a best I was about to say costume, best outfit rating, you know, on my channel here. Thank you for ameliorating all of my fashion-related concerns. True. This guy just asked like 48 questions. See what else do we have here? Alright, here we go. Some big ones. You said that you designed your world around no fast travel, and were originally going to have no ancient vestiges either, until I figured out it was too much for those new to Soulslike, and then just relegated that to New Game Plus. Will there be a separate no vestiges mode without having to complete the game first? Which is your favorite boss that you have designed? If you're not willing to spoil their name, can describe them in some form. Any feature or mechanics that got cut for some reason that you want to revisit at some point? Well, I mean, like, they're not gonna spoil stuff that they cut and they want to revisit. I doubt that, at least. Alright, so we experimented quite extensively early in the concept phase, playtesting internally and externally. Some concepts were discarded because they were contradicting. Oh, he's answering the first one. Answering the third one first. Okay, any feature or mechanics that got caught. Experimented quite extensively early in the concept phase, playtesting internally and externally. Some concepts were discarded because they were contradicting our pillars, while others, we felt, dragged the game down. The current mechanics emerge from feedback and marrying various concepts together in a way to streamline the solutions to our gameplay needs. In other words, what remain on the cutting room floor are fairly outdated ideas. That being said, on paper, we have some really spicy ideas that we did not get to prototype. So we'll be diving in that pool in the future. See, they're not gonna tell like, oh yeah, no, we cut this one, but we're definitely gonna do that later. It's like, come on, they want to keep things a secret. Okay, then we got the boss. I think one of my favorite bosses in the game is the Light Reaper that you probably saw often in our trailers. When we designed this fella, we really wanted to create a nemesis for the Dark Crusaders and the players. He is a true predator, 4 arms, 4 blades, and a 2.5-headed dragon. The huge teethed smile and creepy laugh are to share on the top of the gate. Yeah, this one, I remember like this boss from the intro trailer for this game, and I was like, that hooked me so much. Such a creepy boss. I love it. Then we have onboarding and mitigation difficulty has been one of our pillars. As such, we are quite keen on allowing the players to achieve a level of mastery of terrain and mechanics first, and then take a deeper plunge into the deep end of the pool instead of trying to brute force it from the get-go, resulting in frustration or false positives mechanics-wise. Also, having a level playing field for all emperors during the online activities, especially since relying only on the ceiling message, makes the game significantly more challenging. That's fair. Ooh, we got some more. Probably the last. Yeah, we got the last stuff. Will there be any special bosses in Umbra? Why did you choose Unreal Engine? On a scale of 1 to 10 of difficulty is this game for our Souls enthusiast? What is the length of the game? I'm eagerly anticipating the 13 will be releasing a demo. We already know that. For any enemies that resist Umbra after being killed in action, it would be cool feature to fight their terrifying form in Umbra. My last question is, how many people worked on this game? Almost all bosses have elements that offer you an advantage when you use your lamp. However, there are indeed some where fighting an umbrella is the most efficient strategy. Why did you choose Unreal Engine? To fully realize our vision for the game required the most advanced technology on the market, Unreal Engine 5 provided everything we needed, from high-quality visuals that ensure immersive gameplay to dynamic lighting through Lumen, which enabled us to simultaneously support the lighting for two distinct worlds, Axiom and Umbral. Additionally, the widespread adoption of this technology makes it easier to find talented individuals and support studios with necessary expertise, which is a significant advantage for us. Yeah, it's smart. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is this game for an average Souls enthusiast? We designed this game to be a challenging experience, aiming to instill a sense of pride when you say to a friend, "I completed Lords." I love that. You both know just how tough that achievement is. However, we also invested a lot of effort into creating a smooth onboarding process, especially for players who might be less familiar with the genre. Remember, this is an RPG at its core, so if you hit a difficulty wall, you always have the option to grind a few levels. Alternatively, you can team up in co-op mode to tackle that particularly daunting boss blocking your progress. I think that's smart. Length of the game, we already know that, 35 to 40 hours. And then, of course, the demo, we're not going to do. Then other enemies and Resistance to Umbra, not going to do the spoiler. Is that 100% completion with all side canon, or is that the general beginning to end? This time estimate is for a single playthrough from beginning to end, not for 100% completion. See? That's what I mean. It's a lot more to do there if you want to do 100%. This is a good question too. If you pursue the Rogar specific ending and quest, would that lock you from the Umbra content until your next playthrough, or can you do all of it, then just decide what ending you get at the end? So as since the later is what most Souls games do, personally I prefer the commitment to one path. Indeed, certain choices you make may preclude you from accessing specific endings. Some of these decisions come early in the game, while others occur midway. Elaborating further would involve significant spoilers. Yeah, please do not do that. Alright, well, I'm not gonna lie, this looks very exciting. I'm very excited about this to happen in the coming weeks. You know, it's gonna be still a few more short month now, but we'll be there. You know, before you know it, streaming and going through this amazing game. You know, for every information I read, for every video I make, I'm just becoming more and more excited about this. So yeah, very excited. Alright, so then we have the Twitter, right? Just talked about the sound. See what they seems like audio is doing well. When did they release it? 17th of August? It's like a month ago. They worked on that fast. That's good. Happy days. Yeah. Are there any other interesting Lord of the Fallen news on Twitter? Six. Yeah, that was for like the see how I meet your demise. There we go. So for me, it will be the Skin Stealer Dismemberment. That guy looks crazy. Look at. Oh, that's the guy with like the. That's the boss with like the hands out of the mouth, I think. Ruiner. I think I saw that in the demo, right? Holy Bulwark Auto, haven't seen that one. Tancred, no. Pieta is the one with the wings. Infernal and Enchantress. Damn, she looks creepy as creepy. Then you have Congregator of Flesh, that's the boss that we also saw in some of the trailers. Then you have the Gentle Gavarus, the Light Reaper, which is like the poster boss, Skin Stealer, which I don't think it's kind of like a almost like a similar one to Light Reaper. Dismemberment by Skin Stealer. Sister Delit. Damn, she looks creepy. Harrower Dervla. So far, like, the bosses that I think looks the craziest is Infernal Enchantress. And Light Reaper, of course, like, yeah, those are the one. Which was the one? It was the tanker, right? I think we saw in the one of the trailers too, right? That kind of after he died, he kind of changed it to the other face, like the beast, I believe, which looks pretty cool. Oh, all right. Well, let's do a little of do a little bit of play. You know, we've been talking for over an hour now. Jeez, Friday, you know, goes well. Hope everyone is enjoying their Friday too. You know, once again, you know, just wanted to say thanks for stopping by and hope you're enjoying it. You know, it's always room for everyone in the Ozone. All right, so my game plan here. Let's just kind of get over on the intermission scene here while we find like the game and stuff for us to play. Damn, I wish I could play Liza Pino. Would be cool. 2 days, 17 hours, and 46 minutes. 18th. Well, that is Monday, actually. Yeah, that is Monday. Play it on Monday. We'll have some fun with Texas Chainsaw, I think. Well, last time was a bit weird. But let's see. Boom. Back with some Texas Chainsaw. Might as well. Might as well. Ugh. What do we have here now on the... We're doing a medium. I think it's probably for the best while we stream. Customization. You know we love our hitchhiker. I hate when it does that. It's like a weird bug on the load. To like use the grandpa abilities. You know we're gonna do family. You know, I've been chilling a lot. You know, I tried out Starfield as well, and for me personally, it's so massive, and we're struggling to... I don't want to be... Bro, why is he... I don't want to be here. Why is he choosing that? Andrew talking Norwegian. Let's go. You know what you're saying? Did you try it though? Did you try it, Andrew? Did you try Starfield? Or you're just talking shit? No, I don't. That's what I thought. I mean, like, it's not trash, but it's just so much to do, kind of thing. And I guess like the space thing, it doesn't appeal to me as much as maybe I thought it would. Still a lot of like cool stuff to do, but I don't know, it's just like it's so overwhelming, and I kind of want to do like everything, and that's just probably a really bad mistake. Plus it's like 140 gigabytes. It's like it's massive. Yeah, we've been having a bit of a quiet day today, but anyways, we just started playing. We just went through like the Lords of the Fallen information that came out on Twitter today. They had like a Q&A, so you know, we just kind of checked that out, which was cool. A lot of cool insights, actually. Not bad. Anyways, see if they actually let me be. Okay, let me try to. So again, I like clicked on being this guy. Cool. Now let me play. So where are you at now, Andrew? You back home or? like some annoying bugs. I don't like that there's two-party though. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if you were like kind of home during the weekend or not, you know, and then kind of went down again. That's fair. That's nice. Can't complain about hotel life, you know. You know, it's like weird for a second now. Like, you see like the Botrix thing, and I was like, where's the Botrix thing from? I don't even remember. It's probably something I added for like Kick and YouTube. Because I have like the Stream Elements bot too. Yesterday was kind of cool though on Twitch. We got like 3 new followers. Because I said like Liza P waiting room. It's pretty nice. I had like some new people talking and shit. So that was nice. It was cool. I was hoping to see more people here today though. But yeah. Here's what it is.
The Sheriff's Department says Maria Flores, a native of Uvalde, was last seen near the town of Newt. Her vehicle was recently discovered abandoned, with officials reporting no signs of foul play. Authorities are hoping that the abandoned search all over Chinatown will unearth the lead. Family and friends are urging anyone
Dude. Jeez. So dramatic. There we go. Already know I gotta collect some blood. Put it here. I think that's where they do it, right? I hope they fix this this thing soon so you can also play. Of course she collected that. Oh shit. Somebody died already? The only thing that is a bit settling is good. The only thing that is a bit settling is how I honestly forgot what I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. Hi SR. Good to see you again. Hey, hope everything is going well. Thanks for stopping by. You know, we're just waiting at this point, you know. Look at that! Look at that! What a timing! That was perfect timing, by the way. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think we have enough blood. Let's go find Grandpa. There he is.
Here you go, Grandpa.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Yasar, but Liza P thankfully came out today for like pre-release, but you know, just I'm gonna wait until Monday, so I'll be streaming it on Monday. Because I don't technically want to spend additional money when we're having, you know, can get it for free on Game Pass.
Grandpa taught me this little trick.
Cool, cool. Yeah, let me... You will get Xbox Game Pass? Yeah. No, I mean, like, it's the smartest thing to do, you know? There's one thing I was thinking about. I think it's sad that they didn't do the same as Starfield. Because Starfield kind of had, like, okay, if you pay, like, you know, 10 euros, you know, dollars more, you can kind of, you know, buy the premium edition. for just play and end. Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, Lords of the Fallen, we need to purchase. I know, but we're gonna purchase that. Oh, look at that. Where you go? Oh, shit. Let me go out, though. Come on. You pre-ordered? Yeah. Cool. Makes sense. Okay. Let me lock this one. Okay, we can't lock it anymore, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it too. Just haven't done it yet. Just waiting until we are a bit closer. Are you doing like the basic one, or like are you going like deluxe?
You're looking downright spry. Back in killing form.
Basic one? Yeah. I mean, like it's probably gonna be totally fine though. You have tons of character classes. You know, it's not like you need the deluxe, right? Come on. Bro died, I think, down there. Oh, look at that. Get her. You know, I love how my traps are just working so well. Okay, let me collect for Grandpa here. Where are you, Grandpa? There you are. Is there any... Can we see them? Nah, we can't. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, though. You know, means a lot to me. So, you know, I know we're not playing, you know, the game we're all waiting for yet, but you know, we got to do something in the meantime. But you know, Monday, back on Liza P. I think it's gonna be looking good, though. I'm very excited about the game. Looks great. Oh. Liza P or the other one? Yeah. Oh, which one is my favorite? Sorry, I didn't see your first message there. Yeah, so I mean,
Oh, you
at the end of the day, I think we just have to wait until we play them, right? So far, you know, I played the Liza P demo. That was a lot of fun. But you know, I still believe Lords of the Fallen is more unique in terms of the Umbral world. So I would say that excites me the most. But Liza P would certainly be a fun game to deal with in the meantime. What about you? Which one are you the most excited about? Bruh, we're all just slaughtering them. Lords of the Fallen? Yeah. I get that. Did you take a look at the Q&A they had on Reddit? It's pretty good insights that we covered in the beginning of the stream. So some really cool insights that they shared about, some good questions that were asked. So really interesting stuff that is coming up. Trying to kind of remember like some key things here for you, but yeah, it was some really nice questions that were being asked. Like, have you? Yeah, give me 1 second here. You wrote there too? Yeah. Dev talk. Yeah, they kind of did like Reddit talk. Let me see if I find it here real quick. Put it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Yeah, like this one. I don't know if you saw that one or not, but yeah, some good information there that we covered. It's always cool to kind of, you know, see what they're peeking at. But yeah, some of the key things they highlighted though was just, I mean, like obviously they didn't go into any spoilers, but you know, talking a little about. Nice. What was your question? Will there demo for the game? Yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately not though, right? So, unfortunately, you know, no demo. But I get them though. I mean, like, I think it's, yeah, I saw that. I think though for their game, I think it's a bit different than for Liza P, because Liza P seems like a very kind of straightforward game in a sense, right? It's very kind of linear, not too much like deviation of the paths that you can take. While Lords of the Fallen seems like more of a, you know, mini open world, right? There are more paths and pathways you can take to explore in the game, which means that they kind of had to segregate probably like areas for you to do a demo about, and I'd rather have them also, you know, make sure that the game is running smooth and that the co-op is working good, which was, you know, which is non-existent in Liza P, right? I hate puzzles. Yeah, Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, like, it doesn't really seem like there's a lot of puzzles, though. Seems pretty fine to me, to be fair. As far as, like, I saw, like, the new trailers and, like, the reviews, it doesn't seem that bad, to be fair, in terms of, like puzzling. Yeah, there are, like, some side paths and, like, some things can be maybe a bit confusing, but overall, I mean, like, I guess you'll try it out on Monday, right? And you'll have, like, a judge on it then. But yeah. Nobody wants to play Leatherface, though, which is pretty funny in this game. It's like the one character you really need to play. Nobody wants to play him. There we go. Slaughterhouse. Nice. But you played the demo too, right? Of Liza P. So did you feel kind of like you got a bit lost there, or just kind of curious, kind of your experience of it, if you played the demo?
What should have been a night of memories and celebration turned into a scene one witness described as hell on earth. Teenagers at Dutton High School.
Yeah, I agree. Demo was great.
Otherwise uneventful senior dance.
I think also very surprising how long the demo was, right? Yeah, graphics. I mean, like, combat was a bit. I think there was a few things was a bit like annoying, especially kind of using like kind of the dodge feature. It kind of seemed to be a bit off. Graphics. I mean, it's a very beautiful looking game. I agree. Plus, don't you have like a super PC or something? You're probably gonna have like crazy graphics. Bruh, just wait on the DLC. DLC coming soon. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see where they go from after Elden Ring, right? Because that was a big project. DLC, I think, is gonna be pretty much like almost like a new game. Will we open new character from zero or not? I will probably. Well, it's a good question though, actually. So my initial thought was like I wanted to use my first Elden Ring character for like the DLC because I think it kind of is a bit nostalgic for me to kind of use the character that I started with. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I just feel like it's a bit nostalgic using that character. But probably on my second playthrough, I'll use like a new one. But my initial plan is to using my first character. How will we play DLC? Yeah, I mean, it depends. So, as far as I mean, like, I don't know how they're doing it here, right? Like, there's been very little information on the DLC so far. But I don't know if you played Dark Souls 3, but they kind of, you know, placed like a bonfire, right? And then they did like that in the church. I don't remember exactly where it was, but in that one church is like your pathway to one of the DLCs, and then the second one it was like, you know, essentially at the final boss there was like a different bonfire. So I'm sure they will learn something from that, you know, that they will utilize. I think it's gonna be very well integrated into the story for sure. So my guess, it's like it will be in one of the areas that you already unlocked. Just 1 second here, I think I hear someone. I think it's gonna be in one of the areas that we already unlocked, or it will be kind of like a bonfire, a special kind of bonfire that we use, or like not bonfire, but the. Bro, why aren't you? Stop. I hate when they're walking in front of like my trap. They're not letting me use the trap. Where are you, Grandpa? It's up here. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's my thought at least on the DLC. What is your thoughts on it? Okay, there's people up there. Gotta do that. Come on, Grandpa.
You're looking downright spry. Back and killing for.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're, I won't say they're running out of time, but you know how people are, right? We're kind of impatient these days, and there's so many good games coming out all the time, so people are kind of just, you know. Where the fuck? Why is he yelling? You don't even know where the guy is. What was I saying? Yeah. Okay, so people have been over at the other door. Okay, it's important. Yeah, as I was gonna say, the fact that they are, oh,
thank God.
bro, I can't believe they opened
I
that.
can get help.
Yeah, it depends how, I mean, like, it should come out in the next few months, I believe.
Got caught up in a trap.
How can I close this? I don't know how to do that. Do I have any other people? Sounds good, bro. Have a good one, and we'll talk later.
I know Grandpa thinks I'm the best. The best.
Thanks for stopping by, though. Oh, shit. Yeah, try to get in. Come on. No way! What? Why does it say she escaped? Good night, bro. What kind of bug is that? It's really strange.
Too bad
Probably gonna escape. Fuck. It's annoying. She's waiting. It's just no point. It's just lame. That's just lame. Anyways, you know, I enjoyed playing Lies of P if you're still here. Yeah, I mean, like, stop by as well. I'm gonna be playing Lies of P as well, so if you want to, you know, tune in during next week, you know, happy to. You're always welcome to stop by, you know. Probably gonna do one more game, I think. Wait, why am I sissy? I don't want to be here. Let me swap. I mean, it's kind of weird when you're choosing the family and then, you know, you're trying to be your character and then, you know, it doesn't pick the one that you want. It happens, you know. It's a pretty chill game though to enjoy while we're waiting on some Lies of P. It's another party. Oh. Wait a little bit here, though. See if we get like Leatherface in. But I never have found when there's like parties. I think parties should only, you know, match with parties, because they can communicate, and that's a big advantage here. The family house is fun though. There we go. Nice. Let her face in.
Continues in Muerto County for a missing University of Texas student. The Sheriff's Department says Maria Flores, a native of Uvalde, was last seen near the town of Newt. Her vehicle was recently discovered abandoned.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a few more kills this time.
Authorities are hopeful that the expanded search.
Last game was a bit weird, but we got it now. We got it.
Family and friends are urging anyone with information regarding her disappearance to please come forward. What should have been
Alright, come on, let's go, hitchhiker. Let's get them all. We know the drill here. One here.
They'll never see this. It always works.
One inside the other door. The ultimate strat. I mean, maybe not.
This'll catch 'em.
We'll find out.
To catch 'em.
Oh, somebody's already in the house, huh? The fact that she got the kill there is kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. But oh well. She's dead. I'll close the door.
Too bad Grandpa ain't able. He was the best there ever was.
Okay.
All you need's a little
Feed him for now.
perk you right up. Look at all this blood. They got trouble now.
But I feel like I saw someone. What is that? Turn on. Somebody just smashed through that door.
I know Grandpa thinks I'm the best. The best.
Did she just run that way? Someone hasn't been here either, so we're fine here. Interesting. Let's just keep collecting blood then.
Hey, sis, you what's in my pouch? You ain't gonna believe what I found.
It's just him, right? Running around.
Good, ain't it? There, it's all right, Grandpa.
I'm sick of eating scraps.
I don't see them either. Bro. So strong. Nice. You have a good one. Fuse. Don't know the fuse. Let's try to feed him now.
Back and killing for it. Come on out now. Come on.
Oh, somebody's upstairs. Damn, I lost her? Where's fucking angry?
Sissy, did you see what I left at the graveyard? You're real
What's that guy so angry? Can't believe it. It's always people, you know. Basement exit?
Why I gotta do everything in this family?
Where's the basement exit though? I have no idea where that is. I don't even know where the basement exit is. Wait, Grandpa's in danger? No idea where that guy is. Let me feed Grandpa. There's no point now, technically. Maybe he's upstairs?
Even Grandma.
There he is.
I've been here this whole time taking care of Grandpa. Where have you been?
Open the goddamn door. Fuck. Or you're not opening the door. Unbelievable. Ladder. I don't know where the ladder is.
You better get out or you'll get it worse.
Clearly I don't know this underpass that well. Where is she?
I should have made more of them traps.
Oh, where she is. Where's the ladder? Okay, that ladder. Didn't even know there was a ladder here. Jeez. I don't need to collect blood now. So where is this taking people? Ah, alright. Still downstairs there. If I have like a trap, I gotta put it right here.
Fresh blood. Ooh, this'll lead somewhere good.
Wait, where did I? He just died. That's it. Damn, I was bad in this game, not gonna lie. Oh. All right. Well, I think with that, you know, I would just like to say, you know, thanks. Let's just swap real quick. Yeah, no, I mean, like, first of all, you know, thanks for stopping by. You know, the Ozone help you, you know, enjoy it today. I just wanted to say, you know, appreciate all the love and support that we've been having on the recent videos. Lords of the Fallen, of course, you know, still a short month, but next week, already on Monday, we will be streaming Liza P. I will do that actually on Twitch on Monday, and then you know, we will be streaming, of course, as usual on Friday. So if you want to, you know, check what's up there as well, you know, make sure to follow us on Twitch. And we will be streaming, of course, you know, here every Friday. I'll see if I'll do like a few streams next week, but definitely on launch day, Monday, we'll do like Liza P. And then we'll be streaming Liza P pretty much weekly up until Lords of the Fallen coming out on October 13th. So, appreciate as always you sticking around and enjoy your weekend. Thanks for being here and spending a little bit of your day with the Ozone. And as always, Visnakis.